Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name's Dahlia. Today we are back on Nevermore, my winter Docker Academia island, working on another build. And today's exciting because I'm actually like, what, 2, maybe 3 builds away from finishing this island. And I said in my last video for my other island, I'm almost finished that as well. So this actually might be the first time I finish 2 islands basically at the same time. But yeah, without further ado, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you are new here. And let's head over to the build area we're going to be working on today. Today we're working on a very large build. Large in like the sense that it's basically, it should have been 2 builds. Like I'm working on like this area right here, which isn't big, so like it's not like it took me a long time to work on. But then I'm like, let's make it more, and work on all this area too. So yeah, big build. I don't even know what I'm going to be titling this video, but it's going to be something. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to get started. We're working on a couple villagers' houses. To begin, I got Pearl on the island now. She is going to be one of the 2 villagers' houses I'm working on. The other's house is Ramen. Ramen's house is already customized because I was supposed to build his house in a previous video for like a different build, and then I just didn't end up doing that. But every single villager's home on this island have the exact same exterior with like the black paint. So basically just imagine Raymond's house looking exactly like how we just customized Pearl's. And I haven't worked on this island for about a month and a half now on this channel. And in the last video we worked on another section of villagers' homes. We did Wolfgang and was it Wolfgang? No, Fang, sorry. We did Dobie and Fang's houses. And then, I don't know, for some reason I was like, let's just keep the villager species together. So I decided to add Pearl to the island. So we're doing 2 cats behind the 2 wolf villagers. But anyways, we're starting off with some pathing, and I'm doing 2 vertical paths leading up to the cliff because I'm going to be doing 2 inclines. And then at the back of the island we're going to be working on my house. So that is what the part 2 of the build was going to be. Like I said, originally this could have easily been 2 parts, but this little area wasn't big and it didn't take me very long to actually put the build together. So I figured we'll just do everything all at once because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to put in the back right corner. So I obviously decided to do my house. So I only have 2 more villagers' houses and technically my my campsite, but I don't know if I'm gonna be doing my campsite on this island. I might just end up putting the campsite in like a random part of the beach and just kind of hiding it.
Just as I thought, you are ashamed of me. I'm not ashamed of you. I'm proud of you. Open up. I just don't want anybody to see.
But yeah, we're done after that, which is crazy to think about. I don't have a huge section left to work on, but I have my left side of my map going upwards. I'm thinking I have one build idea in mind that has nothing to do with villagers' homes, and then the last build will probably be the villagers' houses, and then we'll be done, which is crazy. And I had mentioned previously in the last like couple of videos that I already knew what theme I was going to be doing, and it was going to be a spring island. Still debating if the spring island will be the next one I work on, because I also have another summer island I want to work on. Also, can we talk about look at this, it took like 5 minutes, but he dropped the thing off. I'm like, let's see if he pushes it off the cliff. He did. But yeah, I have a summer island I kind of want to work on, and I can't decide if I want to do the summer island first or the spring. But I'm definitely obviously going to be doing a spring or summer island because we're finishing up a winter island here, and my other island right now is a fall island. So we're definitely going to be within like the summer or spring months, definitely more warmer climate, which we're still waiting for warmer weather where I live. If you guys don't know, I live in Canada, and we've had a couple of pretty okay days. And then like yesterday, which was my birthday,
on, so I'm just gonna tell you it's my birthday. Ta-da!
I'm recording this on the 16th. The video was actually supposed to go up originally on my birthday, and then I didn't have time to do the voiceover, but yesterday on my birthday it snowed. So, happy birthday to me. I'm now officially 31.
Look at me!
I know. We seem to be inside
I'm
each other.
old!
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper!
Okay, that's enough.
But it snowed and it was cold and chilly, and I don't like that. I'm ready for summer and spring. I'm not ready for hot weather, but I'm ready for warmer climate. You know what I mean? Especially if you live somewhere where it's like freezing cold for the vast majority of the year. I'm ready for something warmer, just like a little warmer. Like I can go outside and like not freeze myself to death and not burn. So like kind of like a nice in between. So as we have been talking, I've been working on the build surrounding the villagers' homes. I'm covering up the cliffs with some castle gates or castle walls, and then I'm placing some medieval building sides and some decorative pillars around the villagers' homes. I did something similar to the wolf villagers' houses, so I figured I might as well just kind of like mimic what I had done. I also did that little rooftop patio thing that you guys saw, and that's like directly connected to like a bell tower kind of build that I did in the previous video as well. So I just had like that giant space in front of Ramen's house, and I didn't know exactly what I was gonna do, so I'm like, let's just do another rooftop patio kind of build, and it's cute. I like it. So I'm basically finished the villagers' houses. We're now gonna start my house, and I have to warn you guys, I don't show me placing the pathing down for two reasons. One, my house, because you guys know this, the issue with building symmetrical builds in Animal Crossing when you're building your house or you're building like the museum is that it's an odd number of tiles, so things don't line up properly, and I didn't plan that accordingly. So basically you'll see I created this pathing which looks great, but then when it came to actually placing my house down, it didn't line up. So it's my fault, and because of that I kept like wanting to change the pathing, and like I just ended up putting it back to the way that it was before. But that also means that I don't have footage of me placing the pathing down, which is fine. It is the most basic pathing you've ever seen in your life, and it was just a continuation of the pathing I had done for my my shops. So if you're curious about like some of the path placements for like my shop build, I'll link that in my description. But yeah, so I customized my house. We did the little black paint again, and then as you can see, obviously the pathing is like this 2-road pathing, but it doesn't line up. So
Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
What I ultimately decided to do, this area was supposed to be much more open, but I decided instead that we are going to place a ton of castle items and hide my house from the front of this build. So
I just don't want anybody to see.
we're starting with placing some castle towers and walls along the perimeter of the area. This I was gonna do either way, just because I'm covering up like my cliffs on this island. But then I'm kind of doing something similar to what I did at my entrance. So my entrance for this island was very like an enclosed kind of like walkway leading up to a castle gate. And so I'm essentially doing the same thing for my house, but it's gonna be bigger, obviously. So I'm keeping everything cohesive on either side. I'm keeping the pathing and the items as mirrored as possible, so everything is symmetrical. But then when it comes to my house, it's not in the middle. So by placing enough items, I'm hoping to hide that fact. So basically just like plan your builds accordingly, people, or like, I don't know, I could have made this work. Obviously I could have like changed the middle tile to being 3 slots instead of 2, and then it could have like worked out somehow, but then it wouldn't have lined up with the inclines. So you know what I mean? You know what I mean. You understand. You understand. So I made this work. I did like a nice little mix of medieval building sides and castle gates and trees and this fencing, and it looks great. Like, honestly, I think that this is such a fun like little entrance leading up to my house, and I love the architecture up in, it's so stupid to say architecture because you were thinking about Animal Crossing, but I love the architecture and like the various ways of created buildings on this island. I feel like it's definitely different than anything I've ever personally done, and I've worked with castle items on previous islands, so to do something this different has been a lot of fun, and it's a fun way to experiment with like the placement of these giant items that I wouldn't traditionally do, but I love it. I think it turned out really great. And then obviously at the center I placed some little garden benches, and it's cute. It's like a little walkway leading up to my house, and I don't know how I'm gonna decorate the interior of my house yet. That'll probably just be an off-camera build. But it's like leading up to this giant castle. And then on the sides of my house, because like once again because things aren't lined up, once again my fault, I placed some castle items, like some towers, just to make the build look a little bit taller, a little bit bigger. Part of me debated placing my own house on like a cliff and then having another incline going up, but I didn't want to waste the incline, but I'm not sure. I think I have like 8 inclines already used on this island, so I only have 2 left. So I didn't want to waste the last 2 just in case I decided I needed them. But yeah, I still made it work, and it's still really cute. And then I made a fake building on the left side of this build, as you guys saw with the medieval building sides. I've done a very simple version of that throughout the island, where it's just like the medieval building sides facing each other, and then it's cute because it doesn't really look like it has to be anything more than just like a basic little building. And then some cedar trees on either side, which looks really good. And if you think I couldn't add more castle items, you'd be wrong. So I'm just adding a bunch of castle items. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. I love how this whole build turned out, and I hope that you guys enjoyed as well. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed, comment down below, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!